But as a college student at that time, running a 5-figure clothing brand, I'm seeing 6K in 1 week. I'm like, bro, $15 for a whole hour of my life, dog? I could work at night, and then during the day, I go to class, I can work on my brand. I'm able to balance all these things. Or at least that's what I thought.
It's showtime!
YouTube, what is up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Showtime Marv. I'm sorry if I sound kind of crazy. I am a little sick, but today I'm going to be giving y'all a story time basically on how I quit my job and started running my clothing brand full time. Just a little disclaimer, y'all. I'm still in school, so I'm still in college. I don't have my own house. I don't have kids to feed, none of that. So basically, I'm not trying to act like I'm making a crazy amount of money to be able to live off of, but I did scale my brand to being a 5-figure brand, and I don't have to rely on my 9-to-5 to sustain it. Yeah, without further ado, y'all, just sit back, man, relax, enjoy this story time, and let's get straight into it. And y'all pay attention, because maybe you can learn a thing or two from my own experiences. So I started my brand in June 2023. In the first few months of my brand, I scaled it to doing over $8,000 in revenue. 8K is pretty decent, but like doing that over a few months, obviously that's not really enough to, like, you know, provide for myself. So one thing that I started to realize as I kept running my brand was that, like, yo, this stuff is expensive. So like I'm paying for ads. Obviously you got to pay to get the clothing made. There's a lot of expenses to this clothing stuff. So I really realized that, like, the saying of like, oh, it takes money to make money, that's low-key facts. Like, it was really costing me bread, and I was like, dang, I made 8K, but I don't really have that much profit. You feel me? Like, I was barely breaking even. And I'm like, okay, I need to get a job, because at this point I'm in college. I was a college freshman at the time, and I didn't have a job, bro. I had a job senior year of high school. I was working at Dunkin' Donuts while being a student athlete, all that stuff, and I graduated high school, right? But I had a big savings. I had a lot of savings, and I had used that savings over the summer and during freshman year of college to start my brand, right? As y'all could probably imagine, if I'm barely breaking even, and obviously I have other expenses like groceries and all that stuff, like in college, the savings that I had was slowly like dwindling, okay? So I'm like, okay, I need to get a job. It takes money to make money, and I don't really have any other source of income besides my brand at the time. And shout out to my parents. They did help me out a lot with like groceries and all that stuff. I'm not gonna act like I'm like from the trenches or anything like that. I have loving parents. Shout out to them. But like, me being the type of person I am, I don't want to rely on anybody. I just want to be able to, like, basically challenge myself to grow and to start my own business and to scale it, you know? At that point in time, I'm 18. I'm like, okay, I'm a grown man. I really got to get something going for myself. And while I'm in school, I'm knowing that I want to be an entrepreneur. So yeah, I'm working on the brand around February-ish, March, like towards spring. I realized I need to get a job. So when I'm looking for a job, I'm considering a few factors. Keep in mind, I'm a full-time college student, and I want to focus hard on my brand, and I wanted to start doing YouTube videos. As you can see, I did start. We got almost 2K subs. All glory to God. But yeah, so I'm like, where can I work that I can have enough time to do my brand, school, all that? Where can I work that will give me time? And the two places I applied was Chipotle and this driving job that my school offered. So Chipotle, bro, hey, this manager, bro, I had an interview with this manager. He was like, yo, you a really outgoing dude. I could see you working here. I must shoot you a text in the next couple days. Bro never texted me back. That's tough. I even messaged shit back. I reached out to him. I was like, yo, bro, like, I didn't say it like this, obviously. I said it a little more professionally. But I basically was like, yo, bro, didn't you say that like, I could work here? You feel me? Like, I was trying to get a job. And then ghost. Bro ain't say nothing. It's okay, though. We keep it pushing. So yeah, I knew Chipotle was grits, and I ended up doing the driving job, right? And the thing about this driving job, it was a nighttime job. So the shifts were from 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. And I knew this when I applied, but I'm thinking, y'all gotta, like, look where I'm coming from. Hold up. Before you judge and say, bro, a nighttime job, like, you crazy for that. Let me explain. Think about this, y'all. I could work at night a couple of days out of the week, right? And then during the day, I go to class, whatever. In the afternoons, I can work on my brand. I can work on YouTube, and obviously also studying and all that stuff too. But it gives me balance. I'm able to balance all these things, or at least that's what I thought. So I'm excited. Like, I did have a couple loved ones tell me, like, yo, I don't know if you should get this job. It's a nighttime job. It's probably not best for you. Focus on school, all this stuff. And I'm just like, nah, I'm one of those people. I don't want to say I'm like hard-headed, but if I have a plan and I really trust this plan, then I'm gonna go and execute it. Like, for example, my brand, me scaling it to 5 figures. I knew, all glory to God, I always saw it going to this point and even further. So when other people are surprised, like, yo, you scaled your brand, you got 12K followers on your IG clothing brand page, it's like, I don't know. This is all just part of the plan, basically. Not to sound like full of myself or nothing, because I'm nothing without God. Like, God can take all of this away from me like this, and I know that. So stay humble, y'all. I basically was sticking to my plan of finding a job that would allow me to balance my clothing brand, school, and everything else. So alright, y'all, I start working this job, right? Like I said, y'all, it's a nighttime driving job. So, like, you know what college kids be doing at night and stuff? They be, getting active. Sometimes they need people to drive them around for certain reasons. I don't really want to get into detail on YouTube, but, there's reasons why college kids wouldn't necessarily be able to drive back home at night, you feel me? Or just like for the whole thing of like safety, some people just don't want to walk at night. It was basically like a free Uber slash Lyft. So yeah, I'm working this job, and bro, at first this job was a big W. This job was awesome. I loved it. Basically, the thing was you had a partner who was also a student usually, and you and this partner would switch halfway through the shift. So during one half of the shift, you could chill, you could do your homework. Some people were taking naps and stuff. You could just chill first half of the shift, and that's already like $50 made, right? Second half of the shift, you could drive, or vice versa. First half you drive, second half you chill. This would be my strategy, right? I did not like driving first, because then the second half I'd be bored. First half I'd be studying. Sometimes I'd have an earbud in and I'd be just listening to podcasts about clothing brands, about financial freedom, like literally just trying to get free game. Kind of like the game I'll be giving y'all. This gave me time to like study and, work. I thought it was a great job. It was an awesome job. Was my sleep schedule kind of crazy? Yes, but like I was getting paid and I was still able to balance everything. But during this time, I decided that it would be best for me to take a break from my clothing brand to really just stack money and to learn more about the clothing brand game. So I wasn't doing any drops. I was literally just working, doing school, making these YouTube videos to inform other people, and just stacking my capital, because like I said before, it takes money to make money. So after I did a drop in December 2023, I didn't drop all the way until June 2024. So that's about 6 months that I took like a break. I was just working, stacking bread, and just learning about clothing brands, learning about the game. Like the clothing brand space is really like a video game. You feel me? It's fun. There's certain metrics that you can hit to make your chances of succeeding more probable. It's like a video game, bro. So yeah, during this time I'm working and stuff, and it's calm. Like I said, my sleep schedule was kind of crazy, but that's okay. So yeah, summer hits, and obviously, like I said, it's a school job. So during the summer, I'm not working. Now it's time to get back on the brand. And I knew all the stuff that I learned, I was finna implement it. So boom, first drop back, I went crazy. We sold out. In less than an hour, we sold out actually. I have YouTube videos documenting most of these drops, by the way. But yeah, that drop did really well. And then I restocked and we did around 11K in a little over a week. Crazy, right? So I'm thinking like, yes, all the capital I saved, all the work I put in to learn about what makes a good clothing brand, like how to actually have a successful drop, it's paying off. I'm literally seeing the fruits of my labor. And obviously, all thanks to God, it's not possible without him. Yeah, so I'm just applying this pressure. I'm keeping the momentum going. So if you know about clothing brands, and you know that momentum is big. When you have a lot of motion going, you have a lot of people talking about your brand, seeing your products, all that. You want to keep that momentum in your favor, because we see brands die a lot. Like brands can go up and just drop and plummet once you stop applying pressure and once you stop doing the things that got you to that position. So I didn't want to let up. I just wanted to keep going, keep my foot on the gas. So yeah, my clothing brand is going crazy at this point. And I returned to school. I returned to working the job. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, it's only like a matter of time until I just go all in on the brand. So yeah, when I returned to school, I returned to the job when summer's over, right? I got the momentum going for my brand, all that. The thing about the job, y'all know how I said before you had a partner and y'all would like switch? They switched it up, man. They basically said no more partners. You got to go by yourself the whole like 9-hour shift, 8-hour shift, whatever it was. And you're on your own now. I was like, nah, bro. Ain't no way, you feel me? This is the thing about like 9 to 5s, y'all. Hey, and by no means am I trying to tell y'all that 9 to 5 jobs are all inherently bad. I just know that they're not for everybody. And they're not for me, all right? So like the fact that I was like, dang, like I really just got to just drive for like 7-ish hours at night and then wake up and then go to school the next day, y'all, this was really hard time for me. It was a really hard time. Like picture this, y'all. I'm working at night for like 8-9 hours straight, sleep, and then wake up, go to school, and then work on my brand. It was a lot to balance, okay? Eventually, like, y'all, I literally started getting these horrible headaches, y'all. My head was hurting. I felt like my mental health was definitely being impacted by this job. And it was just a tough time. I knew I was in that grind, but like it was really hard, bro. I'm grateful that I had this job, because I know right now, especially, the job market is crazy. And some people wish that they could have had that job. But as a college student at that time, running a 5-figure clothing brand at that, I knew that it just wasn't worth my time. And this was really like low key the main realization that made me start questioning, like, okay, I'm finna quit soon. I thought to myself, like, yo, I was working for $15 an hour, right? I'm working for $15 an hour. And I was just asking myself, is a whole hour of my life worth only $15? Like, literally, I just had to ask myself that question, like, yo, is a whole hour of my life worth $15? And the answer was no. Like, I'm asking myself, like, if I had to price hours of my life, I'm not trying to be like arrogant or something, but it's like, it's priceless at that. But like $15 for a whole hour of my life, dog. And I was working so hard, and then it would only be about $100 a day. But with my clothing brand, you feel me? Like, I'm seeing 6K in 1 week. I'm like, bro, what am I even talking about? You feel me? So it was kind of like a no-brainer. But the thing that made me hold on was just that comfortability. The thing about entrepreneurship is like, the check is not promised. You got to go out and really earn it. And I love that about it, but it also adds an element of like unpredictability. With a 9 to 5, bro, you know you're gonna get that check every Friday or every other Friday. Oh yeah, also, like, yeah, y'all, sorry to keep diverging, but I feel like getting paid bi-weekly is a whole nother crazy thing. Cause like, bro, if you think about it, you only getting paid 24 times a year, dog. That's so crazy to me. That's so crazy. But yeah, I'm just working this job and I'm like, dang, like, I'm genuinely affecting my mental health and my physical health. Like I said, I have these bad headaches. I just felt horrible. I felt dang near like a zombie. Hey, big up to the people that be working these type of jobs for 40 some years. Like, y'all, salute. Shout out Darvin Ham. Salute, man. I salute y'all, because we all got different like superpowers as humans. I feel like me, I can do this entrepreneurship stuff for real. I can push myself and balance different things and work for myself. I feel like I'm really good at that. But some people, you kind of need somebody over you to, like, you know, hold you accountable and stuff, which is okay. Like, we all got our different superpowers, bro, in a way. It's like, you don't have to look down on anybody because they work 9 to 5s, bro. Or you don't have to look down on anybody because they don't want to work 9 to 5s, dog. We all have different capabilities and stuff. But like, if you're not gonna work a 9 to 5, you better be working for yourself or something. It's not like you just sit at home and just chill on the couch. Like, come on, you still gotta get it some way. You still gotta be productive. You still gotta work hard. Either way, you gotta work hard. So like, I'm thinking about all this stuff. I'm like, either way, I gotta work hard. Either way, I'm going to work hard, because nothing is given to you, bro. And yeah, man, I just had to take that risk of just like quitting my job. I remember I'm still working the job at this point, and I'm just slowly telling my friends, like, dang, like, bro, this job is horrible, y'all. Like, I'm really starting to feel it. I'm like, yo, this job is horrible. So I'm basically like trying to build myself up to like just full on resign. I'm like, y'all, I'm quitting soon. And then eventually, man, I remember I worked one shift, y'all. I clocked in at 6, y'all, and at like 10 p.m. I felt tired. I knew I was cooked. Because at 10 p.m. I felt tired, and I had like 5 hours left to go. Y'all, by the time I got home at 3 a.m., my head, y'all, I was like, yeah, nah, this job grits. So eventually I sent in my 2 weeks notice. Y'all, by the way, when I sent in my 2 weeks notice to my supervisor, guess what she said? Nothing. She didn't say nothing back. So I felt the type of way, y'all. That's my pride, and, you know, Lord forgive me, you feel me? That's something I shouldn't have taken it to heart. Gotta forgive and forget. And now I moved on from that, you know, I forgive that. But at the time, I'm like, dang, like, I was working for y'all for like a year, and I sent in my 2 weeks and stuff, and they didn't even say nothing. They just disregarded it. But like, I knew they seen it because they like took me off the later part of the schedule and stuff. And I'm like, bro, that's wicked, y'all. That's really like the system. Like, you're just another worker at the end of the day when you work at a 9 to 5. You're replaceable. That's the thing about 9 to 5, bro. You are replaceable because the tasks that they have you doing, they near anybody could do usually. It's not a high value skill. This clothing brand, like entrepreneurship, that type of stuff, all this stuff is high value skills, you feel me? Marketing, ads, all that stuff. It's high value skills, you know, obviously, because it's stuff that you learn, but it yields more revenue. And life isn't only about money. When we're talking about in the workspace, you are replaceable when you're working those types of jobs because they can find anybody else to do it. And it's a low value skill at the end of the day. Like, you're paid in proportion to the amount of value that you offer. When I was working that job, I was replaceable, you feel me? And I don't know, I just don't want to live a life like that. Like, I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Like, I don't think I'm special just because I want to be an entrepreneur or whatever. That's just me. Some people want to work 9 to 5s. We're all special, I guess, because we're all unique, but nobody's better than anybody else is what I'm getting at. So like, they ain't say nothing when I put in my 2 weeks. I'm like, dang, okay, like, you just another worker at the end of the day. You feel me? And hey, that's okay. So like, I didn't show up because, like I said, my head was hurting like type crazy. And then they, boom, quick. The shift that I missed wasn't even over yet. They already shot me over an email like, yo, you didn't show up, you're terminated. I'm like, bro, I was like, bro, what? You feel me? I sent my 2 week in, no reply. They don't care. But I'm a little late. Boom, get out of here. You feel me? That's really how the jump work, bro. It's so cutthroat, and it's like, it's sickening. I don't want to rely on anybody else. Like, this 9 to 5 stuff it's not for everybody, and that's okay. Like, I have a good work ethic. I'm willing to work hard, but it's harder to work hard when I know that it's basically like they'll milk you until they can't no more, and then they'll throw you out. That's how I felt, bro. Because like my head is hurting. I'm a student and stuff, and I'm just like, I'm going through it, y'all. Like, I was going through it physically, mentally, emotionally, all that, and they don't care, bro. You just another worker. So like, I'm like, all right, bet. I had to go all in with the brand, and around this time, this was like mid-October. So yeah, I had another drop coming up around this time, so that's part of why I was willing to like resign, because I'm like, I want to motivate myself. I'm like, I got a drop coming up. I'm gonna go all in on this drop, and then forget it. Like, we all in on what I actually want to do. So by the grace of God, first week on the drop, we did almost 7K, and it's been like around 2 months since that drop, and we've done 18K, which is around 9K per month. So like, you feel me? That's not all profit. My profitability is way better than it was before, but it still needs work, and I'm still working on it. But I'm showing myself that, you know, I don't have to rely on that side job like I had to before. Like, I'm all in on the brand, all in on YouTube, still in school, still in college, but God has really given me an opportunity, and I want to take advantage of it. I want to take advantage of the talent and the gifts that He has gifted me. And that's what I'm doing right now, y'all. And yeah, man, hopefully this little story time has just inspired somebody to just go hard in the vision that God has placed in your mind, whatever it may be. Don't chase materials, don't chase the wealth, the money, because all that stuff is fleeting. For me, it's really more about impact. It's more about freedom for myself and for others. And I don't know, just being a positive image in this world where we just see so much negativity and all that stuff. And if you are somebody that wants to work a 9 to 5, bro, do it. But work hard as if serving the Lord. Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord and not for human masters. Yeah, y'all. So that's basically like where I'm at right now. Right now, I'm just at a point where I got my website open. I'm able to get orders coming in every day, which is a big blessing. I think I'm gonna make a video on how I get orders coming in every day. And I'm not yet at a point where I can live off my brand, but I am thankfully at a point where I don't have to rely on a side job, like I said. If you made it this far into the video, comment a purple heart. Subscribe for more videos like this, man. We going crazy 2025, man. I'm excited. I love you all so much, and Jesus loves you more. I hope y'all enjoyed, man. This was a fun video, and I'm out. God bless.
It's showtime!